You guys are no longer in high school. You're in the big leagues now. This is big time. No longer do we do our own taxes. No longer do we use QuickBooks, or no longer do we use, what is it, TurboTax. No longer do we use any sort of like automated tax programs. We're in the big leagues now, kids. We just went over numbers, and there's people in this company making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. Quit being fucking cheap, okay? Don't go to H&R Block. Don't go to H&R Block anymore. We're in the big leagues. We hire real CPAs. We need to hire serious people because we're making a lot of money. And if we don't, we're going to pay a lot of money. So a lot of times people are like, oh, well, I don't want to use that person. It's going to cost me like $1,000. Okay. Or do you want to pay $100,000? Yeah. Like, pick your poison, pay 100 or pay 1,000. Like, you can take your pick. I like paying 1,000 as opposed to paying $100,000. So a really good CPA is worth their weight in gold. Don't be
Kyle, it's kind of like versus hiring,
like when you have an Android phone when you could have an iPhone. I get it. Yeah. Try that again, Jared. Jared, stop your video for a second. And
I said it's essentially like doing. Can you hear me?
Just stop your video so you can make your statement, because you don't have a good enough reception. All right, go for it.
There's new Samsung on the market.
Are you there?
Yeah, we got you. Go for it.
That's it. All right, it's a little better. No, it's hiring Redfin versus hiring, an agent like us to do the work.
Yeah.
Your FSBO is going to be your TurboTax, your H&R Block is going to be your Redfin, and then hiring an actual CPA is going to be someone who does it legit.
Well said. Couldn't have said it better myself. All right. So it's time to hire a real CPA, guys. If you go into Workplace and just type in CPA, you can find a few different recommendations in there. You want a CPA that understands small business. Your H&R Block people, they don't know what the hell they're doing, okay? But there is a strategy where you can build relationships with the people that are reps at H&R Block that are all dumbasses, and they're new people every single year, and they don't have any relationships. And people go into H&R Block and are like, I have a house I need to sell, but what's the tax ramifications if I sell it? And conveniently, that rep could be like, oh, you should talk to my boy JC. He can help you sell your house. So there's actually a strategy. We talked a lot about the different relationships with banks and senior communities and all that. Building relationships with reps at H&R Block is actually a really good strategy that you guys could use. But you should not do your taxes through H&R Block. You need to hire a real CPA. You need to meet with them at least twice a year, not just when you file, because if you go meet with them when you file, which most of you guys are going to try to meet with a CPA on April 15th, because I know how you guys all are, you wait till literally the day taxes are due to go meet with a CPA to figure out what you can do for tax planning. You can't do anything next year. You can only do things this year. So please do yourself a favor, hire a good CPA and go sit down and go meet with them now, not next year. Meet with them now so they can look at what you've done in the past with your taxes, and then you can talk about what you could do with your taxes moving forward. So strongly encourage you guys to get together with a legit CPA now. They have a lot of free time right now. They have no free time as soon as February 1st hit. So please do yourself a favor, find a really good CPA. I know JC has a guy that he really likes too. My guy's great, his guy's great, and there's a lot of great people out there, but you need to use a big boy, big girl CPA at this point. You're in the big leagues, kids.